Okay. Once upon a time, a group of students enrolled into an AI camp and, over the course of 3 weeks, created their masterpiece, the AI short story generator, aka the pencil pusher. Now, in chapter 1, we tell you about how it started. Well, it all started when we noticed how many people struggle with finding something to write about in their day-to-day, for their job, in school. The Pencil Pusher project was created to help them get past that and find inspiration. By providing them with free, imaginative short stories created almost instantly with just a prompt and a click of a button, our product floods the user with incredible and copious amounts of short stories, providing them with inspiration and allowing them to get past any mental block. This product was created using the programming language Python, the pre-trained transformers made by OpenAI, GPT-2, and GPT-Neo, as well as various data sets that we found on both Google and Kaggle. The website was made using HTML and CSS, and a template we found on Bootstrap. Instead of just one model, our team spent time creating 5 AI models with data from short story data sets based on 5 genres: fantasy, horror, fairy tale, humor, and science fiction. Each of our models generates a short story depending on which genre it is in charge of, all to create amazing short stories for you. And now let's move on to chapter 2, meeting the incredible team that created this project.
Hey, I'm Andrew Swafford, the team leader.
Hi, I'm Mae Nanasca, and I'm the main designer.
Hello, I'm Nogah Lustig. I'm the full stack developer.
I'm Ozawa, and I'm the design developer.
Hi, I'm Rihana. I was the user experience developer.
I'm Bryan Leong, the front-end developer.
Tech issues, one moment.
It looks like you might have to run your project. That's okay, this happens. But your project might not be started on CoCalc. So I can make sure that I can check on that for y'all.
Yeah, it started. Give it a second.
May I continue, I guess? All right. So on to chapter 3. Here's our frequently asked questions. To further understand our project, it's important to understand what NLPs, AI, and what the tools we had used are. To begin with, what is AI in the first place? AI, or artificial intelligence, is a type of technology that is able to mirror the functions of humans. For example, a machine that is considered an AI is able to think much like a regular person or make complex decisions. Continuing with that, NLP, or natural language processing, is simply the ability for a computer program to understand and process human language. And as I mentioned like 2 seconds ago, we had also used a variety of different programs and tools to create our project. One of them is Python, which is a programming language that can be used for a variety of different things. And for our project, we had used it to prepare data sets and train our models. And now I'm handing this off to my teammate, Rihana.
So for the next 3 questions, first of all, what is GPT-2? So GPT-2 stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer 2. And it's basically the model we use to train 3 of our genres. And the other 2 were trained using GPT-Neo. So next, what are HTML and CSS? So HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. And it's a system to basically make like the bones of a website. So all of the content will be created using HTML. while CSS is the system used to design the elements of the design, like the font and the colors and how it's laid out. And next, what inspired this project? So we are inspired to create this project by the dwindling lack of inspiration when it comes to writing or even anything art related. Therefore, our project uses a medley of sources categorized into different genres, because personally, I believe that creative inspiration cannot and should not be limited to one category. This is what our project aims to emphasize.
Chapter 4, our journey. First, we started off learning Python. Our group began by learning the basics of Python and data analysis. We worked to utilize different Python libraries to modify text and data sources to fit our needs. After that, we started studying AI. We then moved forward into studying AI itself and its workings. In this stage, we watched many presentations about neural networks and different types of text generation AI. We researched the model we would eventually use, the GPT-2 and Neo Transformer. After that, we had to do data cleaning. Finally, we began to prepare our different data sets from various resources for training the models. We were required to modify the file types and filter out useless information that could skew pencil pusher's generation.
The most difficult and most stressful part was training our models. The amount of data required to download all of these models was so big that it crashed one of our teammates' computers. Our website was overall the best thing that ever happened to us because it showed all of our hard work paid off. It had all of our work, all of our models, all into one website, and that really made all of us feel good. The future. We hope to improve our website because even though it may be done, it's still not finished. We can add more genres, and also we can improve a lot, like making this go public and probably making this into an app. Because, I mean, it's a pretty good app.
Chapter 5, the product. After 3 weeks of work, the kids' product finally came to a culmination in this single page. This is where you would try the model. This is where you select the 5 different models. This is where you would pick a word count for the generation. It defaults to 200. So you don't really have to fill out that field and you can add a prompt here. We thought it would be important to make sure that you couldn't break the website by putting a negative number. So that's a thing that's also implemented. We're going to go ahead and do the horror genre. Would somebody like to give me a prompt in chat? Java sucks. Skeleton. We're going to go with skeleton. That was the first one I saw. Skeleton. Funny prompts, y'all. Funny story about the horror thing. We used to have a data set that included all of Stephen King's literature, but that ended up crashing the computer. So we decided against including that data set specifically. It was really funny. So here it shows a complex understanding of existential dread. You know, it includes words like monster. It is really good at creating like an environment of creepiness, you know, and it keeps in mind that, you know, skeleton means dead and it has all those connections, you know, and it also has some intentional ambiguity to make sure that like it keeps that creepy environment that we just talked about, you know, the I want to die, I want to be dead. It's very dark and creepy. I'm going to put it in chat so y'all can read it if you want. Now, as we move on to our final chapter, we would like to thank Ethan, our group supervisor. You've worked so hard to help us get to this point, and we're proud to have you as our mentor. If it wasn't for you, we never would have made it here. The end.